So I was going to do a video about how I was going to switch over all of the hardware from one computer that sounded like this to the new computer that sounded like this. And really the piece that I needed was my media drive. It holds all of my movies for my Jellyfin server, all of the films I've ever made personally, websites that I've built, the photos that I've taken, my documents, games, music, all of it. And that fills it up about halfway. And so it's kind of important to have access to that. And so I took it out of the loud computer and put it into the quiet computer and got it all hooked up. It was there and this is good. And then I came back later and the drive wasn't there anymore. That was weird. So I put it all back together again and there was the drive. Awesome. And then it wasn't there anymore. Okay, is it a cable problem? Is it a motherboard problem, like where I have it plugged into the computer? Is it that the drive itself is not getting enough power after a long time? I went in and actually updated the BIOS, the basic input-output system, something like that. It's what tells the computer what to do before you have anything running on your computer. Stuff like, hey, turn on the fans, look at these hard drives to see which you should use to boot. And if you get that wrong, you can completely brick your computer, as in take it from being a computer to turning into a brick. And you don't want to do that with thousands of dollars worth of equipment. But here, I turned on the hot swappable drive because what apparently was happening was that my 8 terabyte hard drive took too long to start up. The computer would turn on and be like, hey, cool, here's all the drives that are here. And then the large hard drive would be like, hey, and I'm here. I'd be like, I don't care. I'm not looking for drives anymore. But by telling it to look for drives, being hot swappable, so you can put them in whenever you're ready, then it would actually work. So that was a whole task. And how big is 8 terabytes? So there are 8 terabytes, which are 1,000 gigabytes, which are 1,000 megabytes, which are 1,000 kilobytes, which are 1,000 bytes, which are 8 bits. A bit is just on or off. And since I was on a roll, I decided to start messing with the RAIDs, which are redundant arrays of inexpensive drives. Basically, if you took a whole bunch of cheap hard drives and you stuck them together into a clump, and if one failed, you replace it with another cheap drive, that could actually provide better long-term storage than one really expensive, really nice, large hard drive. And so I plugged in one and was looking through it and was like, okay, let me look at the next one. And so I plugged in and it would start up, beep, and turn itself off. I was like, well, that doesn't look good. So I set that one aside and got the third one, plugged it in, and it would start up, it would beep, and turn itself off. I was like, well, what's the likelihood that 2 of these are failing in the same way at around the same time? And the thing I found was like, it sometimes shuts itself off if it can't make a good handshake with the computer. Like it can't say, hey, I'm a drive. And the computer says, I am a computer. Let's connect to each other. So let me try unplugging it and plugging it back in. And then it worked. But that was very scary. And I was going to make a video about all of that. And then I got the flu. And I was out for days. And now my family has the flu. And so we're going to be out for days more. So prayer points. Thanksgiving for the fact that our drives are actually working. But that was very scary. So we need continued wisdom for technology, as always. Technology needs to work, and we need to know how to use it. Also, health would be huge right now, especially coming off of it after days of myself and now seeing my family start to roll into it for days. That's going to be hard on everybody because it was already hard because Dad was out of the picture for a while. Now Mom's going to be out of the picture, and the kids are going to be in various conditions. Emptied a few puke buckets last night, for example. Very unhappy children all night long, meaning nobody got a lot of sleep. So things like that, that's not going very well. And that's really the big stuff. There's, of course, always lots more, but that's what we're going to go with today.